Right, it's morning time. We have now got a fully refueled turtle. So we'll start to create a tree farm. So each tree farm takes a square 15 by 15. So I think it would be nice to kind of keep one above sea level, because we do get drowns coming up here. So this one over here I think would do quite nicely. So let's keep it, say, 3 blocks above ground. So we want to clear this this area here from there upwards. So this is where the turtles really come into their own. So we'll place this down. So let's start. We're going to keep it 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of at that level. Okay. So if we place that there, then we want it to start. I always start in the left corner for clearing anything, as you saw with the rectangles there. So we'll go left, and then we'll go forward, let's say 6, and see how far this takes us. We want to line up with the edge of that area, so probably another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Let's try 5, 4, 5. Yeah, that's not bad. I think that's kind of lining up, not quite with the edge of the island, but near enough. Let's maybe go 1 more. Forward 2, we've got plenty of fuel. Right. Okay, so we're now ready to start clearing this top of this area here. So let's do, how tall is it? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 6 blocks. So we'll use a different method here, which is Toolkit again, still on area shaping and clearing, but we're not using this time a rectangle. We're going to use clear a solid structure up or down, which is number 6. So we'll choose number 6. Again, it shows you either a plan view or a side view. So from the plan view, it's similar to the rectangle. We can start in 1 or 2 places, and that's the volume that we're going to do plan view. From the side view, we can also start it at the top, but we're at the bottom, so we'll be using one of these 2 places here. I've just realised I haven't coloured that in. Okay, not to worry. So we can work on this kind of plan view. So we'll enter to continue. So the structure width. Now this is where I've got to manually count out how many blocks I want to make it wide. So we'll start here with 1. Let's make it 24, just to be on the safe side. And I won't bother to count the other one. I'll tell you what, let's make it 24 square. So 24 width, 24 length, and then the height will be from the position it's currently in, which should be 1, 2, 3. So we want it to cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, make it 8 blocks high. Which direction are we going? Top to bottom, bottom to top. We're obviously going from the bottom to the top, so that's 1. Are you outside the clearing zone? No. And there it goes. Okay, it's found something to cut. So what it's doing, as before when it was doing a single rectangle, it's cutting 3 layers at a time, which makes it more efficient. So it actually went up 1 after I'd set it, and now it's cutting these layers here. So we'll leave that to do its job, and I'll report back. Okay, so the first layer has been cut. Turtle's now heading back. It's gone up 3 blocks, so it'll now cut the next 3 layers here. may interrupt it once it's done those, because it'll probably be quicker to stop it when it gets higher up, because it's doing a lot of unnecessary movements at the moment. What I've been doing is gathering the cobble as it's being digging out. Let's take some of that. And using it to build up manually around the rest of this this platform here. So this is where we'll build the tree farm. Right, so this area has been almost cleared out. So there's part of the back here which is still to go. So I'll just demonstrate another one of the functions, which is to clear a single wall. Now, I know this is part of a block, but we can still use it to show the general principle. So I'll park the turtle just here, and so we're going to get rid of that wall section there. So again, it's the toolkit, area shaping, and this time we're going to clear a single wall up and down, which is item 3. It shows us the diagram, so we've got from plan view we can put it either immediately outside the wall or within it. From a side view, you can go at the bottom or at the top. So we're currently on, I think, this green one here, which is just inside. Yes, it is. It's just inside the wall there. So press enter. Wall length. Let's just count that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16. Yeah, that'll do. Let's do 16. Height of the wall, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 8. Let's go 8 there. Again, which direction are we going? We're going from the bottom to the top, so that's 1. Are you outside the clearing zone? No. Now this time it goes up 1, and then it breaks as before, top and bottom blocks for maximum efficiency. Once it reaches this end, it will turn round, go up 3 blocks, and come back that way doing the next row. Then finally we'll go up here and take the last 2 out at that point. So you can see it's action now. Just wait for it to turn round. It's gone up 3, it's now turning around inside there and coming back. There we go. So I'll show you when that's finished. Okay, so it's on the final run of clearing that wall. Once it reaches here, it should return back to the starting position. Yeah, so back to start. So I'm going to use the same techniques, the clear solid, clear wall, clear rectangle, to get rid of just these 2 chunks of stone here. So we're now going to create a tree farm. So we'll set it up as usual with the toolkit. We're going to forestry, option 2, then create tree farm. Option 2 again. Shows you the diagram here of either having a group of 4 soil together, so you grow a double-sized tree, or single ones. It doesn't matter at this stage because as we're creating the new tree farm, it doesn't actually put any dirt around, but it just gives you an example of how it can be done. So press enter there. We're doing a new tree farm, so we're not extending an existing one. Are there any blocks or trees above the current level? No, because we've obviously just cleared it. I've already put in all the required blocks and things, buckets of water and so on there. So what it's doing now is to cut a rectangle, the full 15 blocks by 15 blocks that way, and it's making it 2 blocks deep, making sure that first of all it's doing the lower layer, and then in a moment it'll do the top layer, and then it'll dig out all the blocks in the center and put a water stream in. So in the center of the 15 by 15 square here, it'll dig a tunnel underneath and bring out and rise up again at this point here, so that we can get down to the collection point of the water stream to install hoppers, chests, whatever. So it's not done automatically at this stage. It's the turtle is just doing the grunt work. So as usual, I'll pause at this point until we have got a bit further. Right, so it's just coming up to the end of the first layer. So it's placed in deep slate all the way around here. It's going to just top that up, and then the polished stones which we put in, which were polished granite, it will put 4 blocks from the end. There we go, there's the first. These represent the starting points when you are planting or harvesting the tree farm. So you place the turtle on one of these blocks, there'll be another one here, and so one around each of the squares, and from that position it will plant and or harvest the tree. So again, we're waiting for that to come back to this point. Okay, we're on the final run here, so it should be in a polished block. There it goes. And the next stage is to dig out the center of this area. So that will go down 2 blocks, and then replace whatever's at the bottom with the current selected stone, which is cobbled deep slate. The code has changed in that, as you can see, it's using creating tree farm with Minecraft cobbled deep slate, because when you load in the inventory at first, it will pick the one that you have put the most stone, most type of block in, and that's the one it will use. So if you wanted to make this out of something else, just make sure you put it a good deal of it in the inventory at the start, and that's what it will use during the whole process. Again, I will pause once until it's reached the end, because it's going to take quite a time to get rid of all of this lot, as you can imagine. About 3/4 of the way through, I'm going to dive in now, because the inventory is getting full, and in the moment it'll start dumping blocks. So we can remove the cobblestone, just leaving the deep slate in there. There should be enough to finish the job, because that was already pre-calculated. I'm just coming to the end of preparing the base. Here it is. Now it's going to lay blocks in a pattern to allow for a water stream that runs from each corner and produces a single square in the center here where the water doesn't run, and that's where it will burrow through. So let's climb up on the side to watch it from below. Right, so it's on its final run now. As you can see, it's placed these patterns in the corners here. This is the final corner, and then it'll use the buckets of water that it's already got on board to produce the water pattern. Final one in the corner. As you can see, a central block that doesn't have water flowing in, so it's going to come back, burrow down into that tunnel underneath, and pop up here somewhere. So it's done its job. We've now got everything ready for planting the trees. So we'll go and get some saplings, and we can get this one planted. Okay, so I've gone and got some saplings. So we'll take this now and place it on one of these stones. There we go. Right, so we've got some saplings, so let's start this up again. So we want forestry, option 2, and then this time we're going to plant a tree farm. So we're going to use the 4 blocks of dirt as we have some jungle saplings. So we'll go 4 groups of 4 trees. So we'll choose option 2, which is the double trees of any type. And it now wants 16 dirt, 4 saplings. Anyway, let's put 8 of those, and 8 of those. That should do it. As you can see, it's going around putting the 4 blocks of soil and planting saplings on the top there. So the 4 jungle ones have been grouped together here, and then the 4 oak ones should come in over on the remaining 2 blocks here. Final one. And it will return back to the starting point. Just wanted to demonstrate first of all the first option on the forestry table, which is to get just to fill a single tree. So we'll do the toolkit. We've placed the turtle in front of the tree, as you can see. So we're going to do forestry, and then one fell tree. Shows you the diagram. You've got the turtle placed in front of the tree. Fairly obvious, but makes it because it says here we only need a chest. If we've got 0 fuel, we know we've got plenty of fuel, so that's no problem. And it's now gone in. It's knocked out the first log, and then it's climbing up. And after a while, it starts to rotate to harvest any leaves that might be in the way. It's doing that now as it comes down. And also, if it finds any side branches, it will go in and chase them for a while, but it won't do the full tree. So that on a multi-branched oak tree, for example, it won't try and harvest the entire tree, because it's a very inefficient way of doing it. But as you can see, it's taken out all of the logs on that jungle tree. So we've got 12 logs in there. Saplings, it didn't pick up any. Jungle trees are very bad at dropping saplings, so we may or may not get any from it. So we'll now take this over to the main tree farm. Tree. So again, you place it on the marker stone, toolkit, forestry, and then when it's harvest tree farm, which is 4, it doesn't ask for anything, it just gets going. So just hit enter. Again, it shows you the same help screen as was there before, and that's it, off it goes. So the way this works is that on the first run, it will take out the dirt, any saplings that haven't grown, and the upper and lower layers of either dirt or whatever's in there. it'll do that for all 4 of the trees. When it returns to this point here, it comes out a bit further so that it spreads across a wider part, and then does the entire area in a kind of a clearing solid type action, so that it does the 3 by 3 high layer at a time for the entire width, so that it just goes, whether there's something there or not, it will just go over. It seems to be the most efficient way of doing it. The way it works out how high to go is that it keeps account of the contents of the inventory, and once it's gone up 3 layers and cuts another level, and then another 3 layers and cuts another level, it gets to the point where there is no change in inventory. In other words, there is no more trees or leaves or anything to cut. Then it realises it's at the end of the task, and it comes back down and parks itself here. It's slightly inefficient because it means that you're doing a wasted journey of cutting all of the non-existent blocks, but in the scheme of things, the amount of fuel used is relatively minor. It's so easy to refuel, I don't consider it to be a problem anymore. So we'll leave that one to run, and once it's finished, we'll come back and pick it up. Just a quick return here. We're halfway through the process of clearing this tree farm. The oak trees have all gone. The jungle trees are about halfway done. A small number of saplings have fallen into the water here, and I've just gone and collected them from down here. So we've got 6 jungle saplings, so I'm sure the turtle itself will have some inside it, and there's obviously a lot more leaves to be destroyed. So it looks like this version 1.20.1 has improved the sapling count. I would normally be surprised to get enough saplings from 2 massive trees like this to even replant them, so hopefully that's an improvement. So, okay, I'll pause again until the rest of the job has been finished.